morning, everyone. You were just looking at Marcus doing his Shuang that he now remember completely. That's quite awesome. So you are in Thailand. You are in Namyang Kung Fu Retreat in Pai. It's almost, I think it's around 7 a.m. and we're practicing the Shuang. Shuang is kind of like a practice that looks like Tai Chi. It's really slow, really gentle. We have 66 movements. Don't hesitate to ask questions. You have Emily, our friend, that is online to respond to all your questions. I'm Priska and I'm gonna teach this morning Shuang with Ricardo that is gonna help me. So follow us. We're gonna go see Tobias first. So Tobias came like 2 weeks ago. He's now, I think, no, a bit, almost the half of it. The grass to find the snake. So every move has a name. It's kind of funny. 2 butterflies flying together. Nice. That's it? Okay, nice. Yeah, it feels flowy. You don't hesitate that much.
Right.
I wanted to look which number you're at now.
Okay.
Because we repeat that sequence.
So the last one was.
Yeah, I think you're gonna learn today the Ferocious tiger returning to the mountain. So you're 26 movements.
Okay.
66.
66.
But lucky him, the next section you already know it. We repeat this one twice, so you actually know more like 40 moves already. Okay.
Nice.
So today we're gonna add 3 moves, like 4, and then it's gonna be exactly the same sequence. You're gonna be able to practice it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna force through those moves.
Yes.
Like that you can really just practice.
Okay.
Back and forth. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any question first about the move that you learned yesterday, the day before?
Yeah, about the change of direction. It's kind of complicated to really get it if I have the correct correction. Because when I'm here and then I go like this, I'm not 100% sure.
The right direction.
Yes.
Okay. How we can
with the lines or with the
walls?
or
Yeah. So, for example, if you start facing the wall, okay, or even facing the sun, because today the sun is really at the same direction, and you finish this, okay? Everything before is on the same line, back and forth, 0, 180. Okay, then I go back, and now that movement is gonna be 45 degrees from the center. So I'm gonna face this wall here. Okay. So here I turn and face 45 degrees from my back line. And then when I come back, it's exactly on the same line. I want to face 45 degrees, but now from the front. Okay. So you kind of like just shift direction from this to this. So now you're walking on this line.
Yes.
Before you were walking on this line, now you're on this one. Okay? So every time you turn around, what you can tell yourself, it's like, am I facing 45 degrees of descent from my front line?
Yes.
Or am I further? And here I'm way further,
Yeah.
like I'm 90, okay? So here. And when I go back, if I'm here, it's like, where is my starting line? Oh, here.
Okay.
I'm too much again. Adapt.
Okay.
Okay? 45 degree only. Is that?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna add some. We're gonna add some directions.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think it's fine.
I will repeat it anyway. Draw lines on the floor if you need.
Yeah.
So here, 100 when I'm returning to the nest, something like that. Here you stopped here. Okay,
Yes.
that was the last move.
Yes, right.
Nice. So you have the left in the front. You're in a kind of bow arrow stance. You
Right.
just. Did I say right? I say right. I didn't.
I understood it wrong.
And you just pivot on your heel. You're gonna pivot on the left and on the right. And this one is gonna kind of like do a circle, kind of like a block in front of your face to come back to the side, like kind of like aiming for the groin here.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the ferocious tiger returning to the mountain. The story is kind of like he doesn't want to fight anymore, so he kind of like return to the mountain, but that's not true. That's the idea. Okay. So don't forget to come back really here, kind of like almost a block, we could say. And then there.
Okay.
I would say don't stretch your arm, don't lock your arm completely.
All right.
But try to have as much angle here as you can. Okay, if you're here, I mean, it's your flexibility.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see that. So here. And now, yes, pivot on the left, pivot on the right. Down, yes. Make sure that you don't pivot too much.
Yeah.
Your feet are not parallel anymore, okay?
Right.
So keep them parallel. If you're here, I'm just gonna kind of like pivot. Yes. Yes. And here. Yeah. Turn a bit your hips to that direction, yes.
Okay.
So this movement is not on your back. Okay, you really want to keep your bust, like your torso, kind of like almost facing the direction, because that's your target. And relax the shoulder. Okay.
All right.
So here, easy. This one was the easy one. Okay. Now I'm gonna do the horse setting is subtle, kind of like what Todd is doing. So here, I'm gonna completely pivot, cross my hands, turn them. The left is gonna be straight, and the right is gonna be bent. Okay. So, let's try.
Yeah, let's try.
Here. The ferocious tiger returning to the mountain. Then I pivot completely on my left. Here. Yes. Then my right is gonna come underneath my left. Yes. And so my both hands are back to each other. Then I turn them and I stretch. Okay. Here. Now, in a groin, pivot on your left completely. Your hands are facing back to back. Then turn them and stretch. Okay. Again. Ricardo, maybe you can help Joe? So Ricardo was just focused on Marcus, and Marcus knows all of it. So Joe was looking at me like, So now they help each other. Okay. Here, the tiger, the ferocious tiger returning to the mountain. Bam. And then pivot on your left. Put your hands back to back. Now turn them and stretch. Here, I try to keep my elbow in as much as I can and this hand facing the other way around. Enfin, the same way as your elbow. It's kind of like a Z.
Yes.
Yeah? And so you can feel that stretch in your chest. Here. How is it? Yeah. That's great. So here again. Ferocious tiger returning to the mountain. Pivot on your left. Okay. I would say for now, this movement is gonna be 90 degrees from the beginning.
Okay.
Okay? So if your beginning is the sun, this movement is kind of like almost your hips are facing 90 degrees from the beginning.
Okay.
Okay? For now, we're gonna keep it that simple.
Yes.
Okay? Because you should have like one leg behind the other one, but 90 degrees from the beginning, and now we're gonna do the second. So there is 2 in a row.
Okay.
And this one is more gonna be like 180. So on the same line as the beginning line. Okay?
Okay.
So here, 45 degrees, the ferocious tiger returning to the mountain. We turn around, almost 90 degrees from the beginning. And then I'm gonna turn on the right. So you're gonna have a little bit of not space. Here, turn on the right. And you bring the left to be almost on the front line. Yes. Cross your hands again. And now you have the right on top. The one that's gonna go down. Okay. Here, turn them and stretch. Okay. So direction, okay?
Yeah.
Here, ferocious tiger. Don't show me your butt. I'm your target. No, don't. So yeah, try to be more like hips to that direction. So maybe when you hear, make sure that you're not here. You hear, so you can really like just pivot and keep your hips. I would say almost turning to that. Yes, because you're never gonna fight this way. No? Yeah. Okay. I mean, I show you my back and my butt. I might die.
Yeah.
There. Okay. So a lot of really detailed.
Yes.
Ferocious tiger returning to the mountain. Now pivot on your left. You have the left on top. It's the one that goes down. Yeah. Now pivot on your right. You have the right on top. It's the one that goes down. Yeah. And I would say the right, it's gonna be what's gonna hit the target. The right, the one that is down. So here, my target is here. Yes. So when I do this one, the one that is down is facing the target, so facing there. And now, if I hesitate, I don't know which one is facing the target, it's the one that is down. Okay? Yeah. Because I know that it can be...
Yeah, up, down.
Okay. Here, opposite direction. My target is not here, my target is there, so yes. I change. Okay? And so, when you know which one is down, you know which one is gonna be on top.
Yeah.
Okay. Because here, my hand on above, that's gonna stretch is up, palm up. So here it's already ready. Yeah. And for the one that is gonna go down, the palm is facing down, so it's already ready. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to practice that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any questions? Do you want?
No, it's fun so far.
You can do it on your own?
I think so. I hope.
Can I look?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try.
Okay.
Yes. Relax that shoulder. Yes, your target is there. Awesome. Good. Yes. Good. Yes. Nice. So now we just need to kick in the muscle memory.
Yeah, right.
Everything I told you, I can see it in your eyes. It's like the weight on top is my target, the right
Am
is
I right?
down, it's down there, target here.
Yes.
Got it. Tobias is going to be able to fight in maybe 100 years, but it's going to be really good. Okay, so practice that. You have one more move left before adding what you know to the other side.
Okay.
So I hope I will be back before, like that you can know all those.
Okay.
Yeah?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. That's it? Okay. So George just joined us 1 week ago now?
Not even.
Not even.
My 4th day.
Okay, 4 days. So he knows almost 10 moves, something like that. Yeah. Really tight, really small. Relax, loosen up everything. And usually did Ricardo teach you any move today?
Just from like golden scissors.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So here you want to come to the side because that's the first block. Now you just drop the right down and the left is following the elbow. Yes. So here it's really flowy. Yes. So following the elbow and the hand is staying in the front of your side first. Here. So here I open, eyebrow height at least to the side, dropping the right, following the right. Then open the right foot, come on one leg, one circle. That's it, one. Come back. So it's you here with the hand in the front of your side. You just do one inside, come back. And when you come back, you go to the side of your side. So you start in the front and you go and you finish to the side. Okay? And here you learn little hop. Drop both hands down, block. Don't forget to block here. So here, down, that's a block, that's an upper block. So at least eyebrow height, yeah, and then front. That's what you learned. Okay. So let's do that again from here. Up. Yes, better. Yes, way better.
It's just a hop up, just to the left.
Yeah. Then drop your hands. Block and in the throat.
Is it an extension?
Yes, you really extend here. You don't really lock the elbow, okay? You just extend in the throat here. Yeah, fingers straight.
This finger's broken, so it's not. I broke it in Sri Lanka in December, so it's like that. Look at it.
Oh no!
It doesn't work. It works, but it doesn't. It's not straight.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop saying that. Do you want to practice that, or should I add something?
Maybe I'll practice this. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. Practice this.
Let's see it then.
Okay. From where? From the beginning?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Joe. Start here. No. Shuang start here. And what I want to add is the beginning, but we're gonna do that later.
So this is not the beginning.
Exactly.
This is like step 2 or something.
That's it.
Okay.
Yes, way better. In the front, yeah. Yeah. So do you think you can block if you do that? Okay. So how can you block a punch if your hands are this way? Yes, that's the movement. Okay. Here, down, up, like an upper block. Okay. But here we do everything slow. Use that energy and throat. Yeah. So correction, don't forget, start here before in the front of the chest. Up. Same, big ball just before going down. Okay, so when I'm the general carrying the seal, I do my big ball even before turning here. And so like that, I'm already prepared to go down because you kind of like smash everything in together. So here, big ball first, turn, down. That's the first correction, always big ball, chest height. Second correction I would give you is, I don't remember which, yeah, here. I don't want you to be here. Okay, it's not a small movement. Yes, you want to bend your back, but you want to keep kind of like those arms parallel to the ground. Yeah. So you're just gonna bend the upper back. Yes, that's it. Back leg straight, tailbone tucked. Yeah, here. And then when you know, I think we missed the step. So is it here?
You do one more step.
Yeah, I think. And so now you step again and you open everything. Yeah. So when I'm here, I'm bent, my back is bent. I step, and when I straighten my back leg, I straighten my back, and so my hands are eyebrow height. Yes, way better, more open. So it's easier now to just go to the side and go down. Okay? And so instead of seeing that, I want that. Parallel to the ground, just from the upper back. Keep that back leg straight, tailbone tucked. And when you step, it's everything, your back and your back leg bringing those hands up. Okay. How is it? Yeah. It looks nice though. Yeah. Okay. Did you feel like something was wrong with your step? No, you did one step more. Yeah, so for the first one that we do here, we step back, I agree, and we have the left in the front. Butterfly, here, okay? Sorry, this one first and then butterfly with the right, sorry. But when I'm here, I come back, I just pivot. And what you did is that you stepped, so everything was opposite. Yeah. So then when you get back, it was kind of weird. But you get back from behind, so you did like kind of like just that. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do a shortcut there. Easy. Just pivots, yeah. Back leg straight. Yes, the move I would say, be careful, is when you do this. Come up above your head. Don't do that. Okay? So imagine that, for example, I punch you, so you come up and then you want to put it to the side. But you're not gonna expose yourself that much. So you want to keep that elbow tucked. Always, yes, exactly. So you want to kind of like be here. Exactly, it's the crane. So you don't want to be here. There, bring it back. Again, up. Completely up above your head almost, and then just go down. Yeah, again. Up, yeah. Really good, way better. That's it. Do you feel like more? Don't forget those corrections. Yeah. Yeah, we did so this one. Now we're gonna pivot on the left and be almost like 100 exactly 80 from the beginning. Here. And now it's gonna be 90 degrees from the beginning, almost. It's a bit more, always. And your target is there, 45 degrees. Okay, easy for the directions. So it's kind of like the opposite, because when you, yeah. Okay, not confusing, easy. Okay, so let's add something. Here, Ferocious tiger returning to the mountain. First horse setting is, look, it's so cute. It's settle. Second, more like facing the beginning direction. And now I'm gonna pivot on my left, so I'm gonna open it, and then I'm gonna pivot on the toes to turn around to the front again. Yes. in a crane, so you have your knee 45 degree to the side, and you have your hands together. Okay, so here, I just first open my foot as much as I can, then pivot on the toes. Oopla. Yeah, it's not easy. Here, we step back, hands in the front of me, crane with the other leg, then lunge, really big lunge, and I scoop down with the back, yes, with the back of your hand, and finish here. Okay. So setting it down, open, turn on your toes, step back, crane, long lunge, scoop down and push. When we are in long lunge, every time we almost want to have both feet parallel. Okay, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I try to have them as parallel as I can. Okay, so it's the same when you go down here. I want to keep them as parallel as I can. I don't want to see that or that. Okay, here, and then I pivot one, the other, here. Same. My feet are always parallel. How is it?
Yeah, I think it's been Is it break fun?
Yeah, because you're gonna keep the left. I don't think it makes a lot of difference here, but the left is gonna stay here and the right's gonna come down. Yeah. The tranche. Can you speak another language too? Yes, and when you go down here, don't go all the way up. Just stay here, chest height, and push. Yes. Yeah, your feet were way better parallel. Good. Don't forget that it's a lunge, so you want the back leg straight, almost as every bow stance. Same when you do those. Okay, straight, other side, straight. Yeah, because I've seen you doing like that. Oh yeah. Is it okay? Yeah.
Just practice that spin.
Yeah. Yeah. Hips facing the direction of the beginning. Yes, completely. Yeah. Better. Yes. Yeah. So just don't forget the hips, even when you go all the way. Facing the beginning, facing the beginning. And here they're kind of like not facing the beginning because you scoop down, but then you come back. Yes. Yeah, way better. Yes, that was really good. You kept your hips in the front. I like it. In that move, it's kind of like tricky to keep your hips in the front and really scoop. Okay, so here you can just, ow, it's cracked, open. Here, there, slide down. You can just turn your hips completely back to the front. Yes, scoop and then bring them back. Yes, have more motion in those hips to open up everything. Yeah. Okay. Where are we?
We're starting at the beginning. Or the second step.
Yeah. Yes. Way better. I would say don't forget to step before moving. Every time you kind of like do no, that's what you should do. You kind of like do that, or even here you already open here and you step in. Okay, so here, yes, you turn your hand and you don't really lose the flow here, sorry, but you step and use that step to open up. No. So here, scissors, turn your hand, step, and use that leg that you're gonna straight to open up, stretch. Yeah. Just be aware. We're gonna learn the first move.
Okay.
So that wasn't the first move. Woo. Okay, the first move is facing the sun and it's named Salute, opening salute to the sun.
Okay.
We start in a really relaxed stance. There is no tension, there is nothing, but we want our feet to be open. Because like that, my foot is gonna be already in a good position to go in a bow arrow stance. Exact. So here I try to have both parallel. Yes, nice. So I start here, really relax, hands really relax, and step. The hands goes down and block. And you know this move now. That was easy. Now we have like fingers eyebrow height. Drop your fingers down and turn your wrist around. And now your fingers should be shoulders height. Okay. So it looks like step, drop your hands, block, drop your fingers, turn around, and you have the bend back again. Okay? Block, drop the fingers, turn the wrist around. Make sure that your fingers stay shoulders height. Yes. And you turn your palm as much as you can to the sun. Here, yeah. So here you keep that elbow in, yeah. And like you try to really, yes. Almost like here, I try to really open and absorb sunlight. You know, like here, there. And so you have a really... Yes. Yeah, because they're gonna turn opposite direction, but they want to face the sun. It's like kind of like almost 90 degrees. It's really strong position here. Let's do that again. From here, step, block, fingers down, turn around. Nice, yeah. Cross with the right in the front. Step back in a horse riding stance. And that's the beginning, you know. And everything you learn, you do it to the side. Yes, because you do the general carrying the seal facing the sun. Back. You do the scissors facing the sun. Opening, facing the sun. Going in the throat, facing the sun. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So here, the fingers down. Don't move the finger, just move up. Here, don't move the finger, just move your wrist. No. Yeah, that's it. That's the move. Fingers down, just move the wrist. Obviously your fingers are gonna move a bit, but that's the idea. I don't want to move the fingers. I move the wrist around the finger. Facing the sun as much as you can. Yes. Yeah. Yes. If you can, jump and then move when you grounded. Always when you're grounded you can block because you can't really block here. Okay, doesn't make sense. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Step, and when you step, you move, block. Yes. Yep. Here, turn. In. Yeah. Good. Nice. Now you know the beginning. Well, in 3 months, you're gonna learn all of it.
That's the plan.
No rush. Hey, Ricardo. Tiens, you're gonna be live.
Hello. Buenos días. 1, 1, 2. Nuts here. No, you're just go straight this line. Face that way. Just face Toby and do the thing. No, no, no. Now the first line, when you do this, you go this line. But the second time, you know, so you are here, here. You turn this way, so you follow this line because you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. You're doing kind of, you know, and
That's not
no. So you just follow this line. You know. And remember your leg has to turn all the way around. So you're here, and we end in the front, facing the front. Yeah. And then change leg. This is tiger and stretching its back. And the weird move. Yeah. Now follow. Yeah. Or when you do this is like another. So you do this. It's the same as the, but without this. Yeah. Yeah, and now the kick. That one, the first one, do it just slow. The back. Sink down and then. Here, just close the left. You don't have to step. Just close the left. Oh, you yeah. And when you do this, just sink in the posture yeah, and then kamehameha. Fireworks and missiles. Here, poison snake, and yeah.
Am I turning again when I do that?
Yes, you turn in this line. So you get back to the line where you did the, yeah, when you did the turn. You was going in this line. Shit, oh, it's too much fun.
Am I shooting that way?
In that same way is where you do, yeah, V-step, last cross. In the cross goes this way.
This way, right?
Yeah, you end where you start. Whew. It's too hot here. tea time. Always too fast for tea time. And this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, this line. Do it. Finish it. You got it. You got it. Yeah. Yeah. Last move. And here's like nice, man. You gotta just be aware of the angles and the moves too. Now you know the motion. Try to do every single technique perfectly. Try, not do it. You know.
Just gotta figure out these angles, 45 degrees,
Yeah.
90 degrees, 180 degrees.
I don't think about the angles. If you ask me, I don't know the angles. I just think line, 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 line.
How directions?
Huh?
How are they? The directions?
Where are the angles?
Yeah. Mhm. I've seen that.
Then this side. Wait.
Good job. Thank you very much. And follow us. We're gonna have tea now. We're gonna have Master Yan leading the tea talk. So if you have any question, ask in the chat. Maybe we're gonna be able to answer them. For those that just joined us, we are in Namyang Kung Fu Retreat. We are in Thailand. It might be almost 8 a.m. And it's the break. It's been 2 hours. We are practicing Qigong and Shuang, and we're gonna do a tea break for 30 minutes, maybe less, maybe more, depending on the questions, and then practice again for 1 hour and almost 1 hour. So here you have Crane. That's our little cat. And that's it. I'm gonna give the mic to Master Yang.
Thank you, Priska.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go for the tea talk then. Hi. Being very nice energy this morning, particularly before the sun got too high. The kind of pretty perfect energy for doing Qigong. Well, I'd say it's a quite a gentle energy this morning. Relaxed, gentle, relaxed, but quite fresh. Still a little concerned that it's getting very hot when the sun gets high. So remember, you can always move from the open training area to the one with the roof if it's getting uncomfortably hot. Okay. But yeah, I feel it's good energy and the air is pretty clean there. There was a fire burning in the mountains last night, but you don't seem to have got the smoke here. It's pretty good. We're on Thursday now. The next rain is expected on Sunday. So hopefully in a few days we get some rain. Let's hear about this morning's tea.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, there we have a special tea. So it's like this morning tea is similar to this morning vibes. It's a soft, aged shu pu'er from Vabi village from Thailand, 500, 700 years old trees. So and aged for, I guess, 19 years. So it's quite soft, but they still have a lot of energy. Yeah,
Okay.
today no one to talk too much.
It's not loud at all.
Lao Cheto. Oh, now you know.
Okay. So it tastes like Lao Chato. Is it Lao Chato?
Yeah, it's Lao Cheto.
Okay. So it's a Lao Chato that's come from Huawei trees 500, 700
Yeah.
years old. And then the Lao Chato, the old tea rocks, have been aged for about 19 years.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit more like it. Yeah, it doesn't taste like a normal
Mm.
pu'er.
More softer,
Yeah, but it's got that kind of fruit note in it.
Mm.
Yeah.
like dried fruit, dried dates or something.
Okay. So pretty good tea this morning. Right. Do we have any questions about Kung Fu, Qigong, Namyang? No.
I have a
Yeah,
question.
you got a question.
I was wondering what's your opinion on practicing with music, because it's kind of like cutting one of your sense from maybe being aware of your environment or things like that. I don't know.
That's a really interesting question. We might want to use this one for a podcast. So, it's an interesting question. What's the relationship between music and qi? Hadn't thought of that one. Music is sound. Sound is energy. That means you could say sound is qi. Yeah. Or another way to put it is every sound has its own qi. It's got its own energy. And that qi can affect us. It can affect our qi. So you get some sounds that are really kind of grating and disruptive, and they're upsetting your qi. Scientifically, the most unbearable sound is a baby crying. Now, there's very good scientific reasons for that. We don't need to go into now. But there's plenty of sounds that are kind of grating. Yeah. Somebody's scraping a nail on a piece of glass. Then, yeah, you got sounds that are very soothing. So this maybe the sound of a waterfall, a gentle waterfall, not so much a pounding one. It's a very soothing sound. The sound of rain falling, it's quite soothing. Music carries an energy, and it affects your energy. So the music that we were playing for the Qigong is I believe, specially written by Tony and Kate for our Qigong sessions, and it's a calming, soothing relaxing music to complement the Qigong. But you can get music which is very kind of inspiring and uplifting, that might be better for doing the Kung Fu to get a lot of energy out. But let's keep thinking about this in terms of Qi. The music has a soft, relaxed, calm Qi energy, and that energy kind of permeates into you, and your energy, the wavelength that you're on, becomes more kind of soft, relaxed and calm. There's a good word coming in here. Wavelength. Okay, sounds have wavelengths. That's what distinguishes one sound from another, the wavelength. And we talk about people, what wavelength is somebody on? Yeah. So, kind of setting the energy, we can manipulate our Qi with the tea that we drink. Yeah. You drink this tea, yeah, it's got a great energy, and you can sense that Qi spreading through your body. You listen to music, and you kind of, it affects your energy, because it's going to pull your energy onto the wavelength of that music. So that's another way to manipulate your energy, your Qi.
The wavelength determine the frequency. They have different frequencies with different megahertz. It's quite technical.
Wavelength is wavelength, frequency is frequency. Frequency is how many waves per second. Wavelength is,
not how long they are.
and wavelength is how long the wave is. But I think the two are inversely proportional. That as the frequency gets higher, the wavelength gets lower. I think that's how it works. It is quite a long time since I studied physics, but I think that's how it works. They're inversely proportional. Yeah. If we've got a physicist here, help me out. Yeah. No doubt we'll get somebody kind of writing in. So I like the idea of having the music, but we need to be mindful of what type of music we're playing. The music that we had this morning, it doesn't really have a rhythm, doesn't really have a beat. So for Shuang, it's actually better if you got something with more of a rhythm, because you will adapt to that rhythm when you're doing your Shuang. So you want music with the right kind of rhythm that you can work with. Yeah, so you can do it with music, or you can do it without music. Even for the Kung Fu classes, we could experiment with playing music, but you want a more kind of inspiring, upbeat type of music. Does it detract from the sound of the natural environment? I think you can still hear the birds, for example, when the music's playing. If the music were too loud, that's going to just be intrusive. Yeah, you get the volume right. I think no problem. We don't want painfully loud music, definitely. And obviously, there's some types of music that we won't be playing in Qigong. Heavy metal springs out as a good example. And it's interesting how people use music to. So you go to a lot of gyms, they'll be playing music. But they want music that kind of, it's upbeat, it kind of raises your energy. Aerobics is all about, dancing to the music and then burning energy. And losing weight is your classic kind of aerobics formula. Interesting what they do in supermarkets. When the supermarket's not busy, they play quite slow, calming music because they want people to slow down and take more time browsing the shelves, because it's been shown that they put more in their basket or trolley. If the supermarket's busy, then they want to move people through quickly before it gets too congested. So they play more upbeat music to get people moving through faster, because you've got a lot of people, and if you get too many, then they interfere with each other. As I understand it, that's how they use the music in supermarkets. That's quite interesting. That you can really change people's energy with the music. But people don't tend to connect music with qi. Well, it's this kind of tunnel vision. Well, qi is something that you get when you do Qigong, and it flows through meridians, yeah. It's just a kind of blinkered view, not kind of opening your awareness to all the different kind of facets of qi, all the different ways that we interact with it. Yeah, the more you can open your awareness, the better you're going to understand qi, and then you get more out of it, you get more from it, which is the point. Remember that Qigong is there to serve you. You're not there to serve Qigong. If it's a duty that I have to go out and do my practice every morning, then it's like you becoming a slave to having to do this. You're there to serve it. That's not smart. Yeah. If it's like, okay, this is for me, this is something that's going to give to me. I go out to do the Qigong to give me more energy, so that I'm going to have a more productive day and I'm going to get more out of it. I'm going to feel better. Okay, that's smart. Understanding qi. Okay, how can I enhance my personal energy? That's actually a really good way to think about it. Yeah. Your qi, your personal qi, your personal energy. That's super important. That's absolutely central to your quality of life. How can you make it better? Yeah. Okay, I go out, I soak up fresh qi. Yeah. I get the qi flowing through my body. But what about, okay, I can use tea. I can use tea to enhance my qi. I can use music to enhance my qi. I've got to be mindful of the quality of the air, because that affects my qi. Quality of the food that I'm eating. I'm getting food. I'm getting qi from food. You know, what kind of qi am I getting from my food? Okay, we have breakfast here, and the kitchen staff have gone out, they pick fresh herbs, bang, it goes in the breakfast. 90 minutes later, you're eating them. That's fresh, organic herbs with a lot of qi, and you're soaking it up. Okay. Now, what sort of qi do you get from KFC or from those you go down to 7-Eleven in Thailand. Here's a classic example. You go to 7-Eleven in Thailand, and they have microwaves there. So you can grab a pot noodle or a package with some kind of foodstuff in, and they place it in the microwave and heat it up, and you eat it, yeah. Well, how long has that stuff been sitting on the shelf in a plastic wrapper? Yeah, how much chi has you got in that pot noodle? You know, don't bother, guys, don't bother. In a matter of weeks, you've probably noticed that we got mangoes on a lot of the trees. They're not ready yet. It's only a few weeks, and it will be. I'll have more mangoes than anybody can eat, really. And that's kind of, okay, bam, organic mangoes from the tree, take them over to the kitchen, eat them. You know, they're rammed with fresh chi. Yeah. Sunlight, fresh air, earth, water, mango, chi.
And we have a different type of mangoes, yeah? Or just
We've
one?
got a lot of different types.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. I see over there that they're not similar to
Yeah.
these three.
You'll notice that they taste very different, and I can often tell. I could taste the mango and tell you which tree it's come from here. Not 100%, but certain trees are very distinctive. And I know which trees have got the best ones, which trees not so good. But there are those trees down the bottom. This is the first year that they've had a significant number of mangoes, so I haven't tried mangoes from those before. So we get to try. We'll have to have a mango party and try different mangoes from different trees, yeah. Or maybe even a mango and tea party, yeah. So what tea goes well with mangoes, Johnny? That's
I guess it's a GABA or some
Yeah.
yellow tea or some maybe light roasted. Yeah, red
We're
tea.
gonna be having a mango tea party.
Or honey GABA is perfect for
okay. Here we go.
honey
So-
GABA.
Oh, okay, because there's a black one.
We'll have a honey gabba. Again, that's kind of what we're trying to develop, trying to promote a culture where we're enhancing our chi. So if you know the culture that we're in tend to okay, so we're trying to fix that. Okay, we have a party, we have a lot of fresh mangoes and kind of super high quality tea, and there's no hangover, kind of feeling bad the next day, yeah. And it's actually enhancing our chi, not messing it up. It's not to say you can never have an old style party again in your life, but it's good to kind of explore positive alternatives. And I mean, I think that's why you come here, isn't it? You wanna do something good for your body. Okay, so do we have any other questions?
So if I understand well,
Yeah.
what you said, and it's kind of like the opposite of what we can hear from like extreme sport people that said that music is cheating. Like I know that David Goggins or things like that are saying that
Sorry,
using
again?
David Goggins
Yeah.
is saying that using music is cheating, so it like run miles and miles without it, and say that it's more training your mind because music is like giving you an energy from outside, kinda.
Should tell it to the birds.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I understand.
Stop that. Yeah. Just stop that music.
Okay. Music is giving you an energy from outside. Qigong's giving you an energy from outside. You come out into the morning, you come out in the fresh air, fresh qi, and you soak up that fresh qi. Yeah. You take in the qi from outside and put it in, tea. You take the tea from the outside, you put it into you, and you soak up the qi. And we can apply the same thing with music. And, you know, a lot of people, they use the music to kind of up their motivation. Now, let's take a different look, a different perspective. It's cheating. I've got to do everything myself. I've got to... There's a fine line between that and I've got to force myself. Okay, now we take a look at that. This is a common mindset. I've got to force myself. I've got to make myself. I've got to beat myself up. I've got to run more. I've got to do more press-ups. It's kind of beating yourself up. Why do people do that? Because deep down, they dislike themselves. They're dissatisfied with themselves, and they're punishing themselves. That's a shame. Lots of people are guilty. I mean, I've been guilty of doing that plenty times, yeah. But it's not necessarily a smart strategy. The Buddhist said that you can search the whole world and find nobody more deserving of your love and kindness than yourself. There's nothing to be ashamed about in loving yourself, valuing yourself, taking care of yourself. And to think that there is, that's really stupid. Yeah. Sorry guys, but it is, yeah? Everybody should strive to accept themselves and love themselves. Whatever you've done in the past that embarrassed you, or you look back and wish you hadn't done it, yeah? Okay, everybody. It's not just you, it's not just you, it's everybody, yeah? But that was before, you know, you were a different person yesterday to who you are today. You had a different set of views, yeah? You've got to be ready to let go of that. Now, okay, we're doing Shaolin Kung Fu. Shaolin Kung Fu traces back to Bodhidharma, who's the Buddhist monk. He's the founder of Chan Buddhism, which is Zen Buddhism. What does Buddhism say? It says you gotta let go. Buddhism is all about freeing yourself from karma. Karma is all that baggage that you're holding on to, that's weighing you down, that you can't let go of. All those things that you're embarrassed about, that you can't get over. All those things that you regret, that you wish you hadn't done. That's bad karma. Even stuff that you're super proud of and you can't stop telling people around, it's still karma, yeah. And it's holding you back, it's weighing you down. So, in Buddhism, the objective is to let go. Everything about yourself that you hate, you got to let go of it. You got to just you know, it's water under the bridge. It's gone, yeah. It's only still troubling me because I'm holding on to it. I haven't let go. It only exists because I'm keeping it in my mind. Yeah. If I can just accept it and move on, and it's done with. Yeah, it's done with. So I just let go and move on. And then you know, sometimes you realise, yeah, I spent years beating myself up, and why did I do that? Why did I do that? Yeah. But it's okay, because if you think that, then you've reached a point where you've understood. You've had a revelation. You know, you've ascended. You've gone up a level. So you should be pleased. But none of us is a Buddha. None of us have got to that level where we've totally achieved it. And that's really super hard. You know, we're all normal human beings, and we're not at that ridiculously high level. But at least, you know, we know where we're going. And we know that we should be trying to let go, and that we've got to try to accept ourselves, love ourselves. Yeah.
Sort of on this topic, how does sitting meditation sort of play into the daily schedule and lifestyle that we're trying to live here? So like we have our Qigong practice, which is more of a moving meditation, but how do we incorporate this sort of sitting on a cushion or a chair and that kind of meditation into our practice?
Well, the simple answer, it almost sounds a bit rude, is any way you want to.
Okay.
But it's not a silly answer. That when meditate as much as you want to. Meditate as much as you want to. Feel free to go and meditate in the Buddha house whenever you want. It can get a bit hot during the daytime. If when the training area is not in use, you can go and sit under the Bodhi tree and meditate. It's a bit rickety, but you can meditate in the tree house. You can meditate anywhere you choose. You can go out somewhere, go to a waterfall or somewhere and meditate.
This afternoon class.
And we got
This is my first Thursday, so
we got a long meditation class
Perfect.
coming up today. Now, so two things to add. The first thing, everybody is different. If we have a very rigid schedule, if we make the schedule any more rigid than it is, again, it's making everybody do the same thing. What's better is that you think intelligently about what's good for you, what you need, and then you do it. So do as much meditation as you need. Everybody would benefit from meditating more, but to do as much as you need and do it when you feel that you want to do it at the right time. And some people will definitely want to do more than others. The other thing to think about, what we're more focused on here quite definitely is moving meditation rather than sitting meditation. You don't have to sit to meditate. I mean, Buddhism usually recognizes 4: lying, sitting, standing, walking. And our Kung Fu, you could say, it's an extension of walking meditation. It's moving meditation. So is the Qigong, it's moving meditation. If we try to understand it, what is meditation about? Meditation is about training the mind, nurturing the mind, achieving a state of relaxed, mindful awareness. Does it really matter if you're sitting, standing, or walking? I would say probably not. Probably not. For me personally, I have problems with my back if I sit for too long. That probably doesn't apply to any of you, but it for me, there's a limit to how long I can sit without incurring a lot of back pain. So what I've found when I go to do Vipassana, I do a cycle of sit, walk, and I don't sit for too long. It's kind of maybe 25 minutes sitting. Then I do the walking, and then I don't have the problems with the back. But yeah, okay, this is a good way of putting it. Look at the meditation practice in the same way as the Qigong practice. It's there to serve you, you're not there to serve it. If you have a mindset, I have to sit here on a cushion for 90 minutes, however painful my back's getting, that's not really being kind to yourself. If you are saying, I'm doing this to achieve mindfulness, you know, you have a clear objective. Why am I meditating? What am I trying to do? Then whatever type of meditation moves you best towards that goal is the right type of meditation to do. And what's right for one person may not be right for the next person. We want to get there in the end. Actually, different schools of Buddhism have different stages of progression, and it's quite complex, the progression they go through. But to really go through these stages, you have to make a long-term commitment. You have to be a monk for quite a long time. My Kung Fu brother, Dougal, has gone down that route. And I think he's probably in his second year of monkhood now. And I know the head monk at Wat Ba Tam Ua was saying 7 years. You know, you can do it in 7 years.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, that is 7 years of being a monk in a monastery. Yeah, that's a serious program. Okay, well, time is ticking on, so I'm going to close questions for now, but we can have some more tomorrow.
Are we going out tomorrow morning?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was coming on to. Number one, tomorrow morning we will go to Doi Kiel Lom viewpoint and do our Qigong there. And that's a nice little trip out in the morning. We'll meet at 6 a.m. in the car park. If you would like to take your motorcycle, that's great. If you don't want to take your motorcycle, then you can just jump in my pickup. Judging by a number of people, would be good if we had a few people on bikes, otherwise it's going to be pretty packed in the pickup, but we can ram a lot of people in there, we know that from experience. We'll go up there, do Qigong, do Shuang, then have a little session in the coffee shop, then come back for breakfast. It's a good trip. It might get a bit hot up there towards the end, but we'll see. Also, I want you to be aware that I will be on holiday next week. So I've got to say goodbye to a few people before I go, because you're going next week, you're going next week, you're going next week. So I'll be teaching tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, have a tea break tomorrow afternoon, then I'll be gone very early on Saturday morning, and I get back on Sunday the 18th. So I'm away for 1 week, because it's the end of school holidays, and we're doing a little family holiday to Vietnam. Freya's leaving about now, actually. She's on a 9 o'clock bus to Chiang Mai this morning. Not that anybody sees her, because she doesn't venture out of the bungalow. In fact, she doesn't venture out of bed until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon usually.
She's a teenager now.
Yeah, it's 14. Yeah. It'll change with time. That was my news. Anything else? Right, okay. So we're going to do the Friday timetable this morning. Yeah, we got the free practice. So that's just what I'm going to look up.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Selena? Yep. Right. So basically you're going to use this time to practice your Kung Fu that you've been learning. And if you want help, ask Selena and she will help you. You could be practicing the Sun Chen, you could be practicing the weapons. You choose, but use the time as productively as you can. Okay, here we go. Yeah, welcome.
Maybe give Selena, take mic, please. Mic from Master. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Let me tell them something.
Take over the mic.
Let me tell them something. Hey guys, I'm Johnny, your tea master. So, I want to spread this tea art everywhere. So this tea we was drinking this morning it was a Lao Chateau black superware, aged for 18 years. If you like this idea to buy some tea, just contact us. Yeah, okay. I go to brew some more tea. Let's go. To training.
Thank you.
So if you want to contact Johnny, you can either go on the Instagram, it's Namyang Kung Fu Tea, or just Namyang Kung Fu Retreat. Both are available. We're gonna respond to your questions anyway. Obviously, you can ask questions in the chat. Emily will not be able to take your order on tea, but she can give you some advice and maybe give you the mail or maybe the website to the Namyang Kung Fu Retreat website. And we're gonna reply to us, give you an answer anyway at one point. Now we're gonna do some more Kung Fu, practicing. It's gonna be free practice, so Selena is gonna lead with Master Yan, because we are a Kung Fu school, as you might have understood. And you can join us at any time. You can join us for 1 week, you can join us for 1 day, you can join us for 1 year, if you want. Like I do. Forever, even. And in order to stay with us, just check the website or ask Emily. She's online anyway.
Idiocracy or something?
It was called 11/27/63 with James Franco.
Our website is kungfuretreat.com.
Interesting show.
So you're talking about idiocracy when you go
Oh, she already
Yeah.
has one.
I have one.
No, not that one. This one's
Okay, what is your name?
Selina.
Okay. Where you come from?
I come from Belgium.
Okay. What are you gonna do now?
I will teach you free practice. So if any of our students have any questions, I'm here to help. They can choose whatever they want to practice.
So what are we gonna see this morning?
What are we going to see? I'm sure some of the students would like to train the Tantao. I'm
What
pretty
is
sure of
Tantao?
that. The Tantao is a single knife. It's a weapon routine. I'm sure some of them want to practice the Shuang. It's mostly very popular. Some of them will train the Samchen.
What is
We will
Samchen?
see. Samchen is the base of our Kung Fu, so it's a freehand routine. It's the first one we are learning when we're coming to the retreat.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah,
So we're gonna see all of that. Maybe a little bit, maybe a lot.
we're gonna see a lot today.
And maybe the stretch?
Maybe the stretch, for sure the stretch.
For sure, we're gonna stretch.
We're gonna stretch.
Okay, stop talking.
Yeah. Okay, line up. Okay, and bow. Okay, so free practice. I'm here to help. You can choose whatever you want to. Join the Tanto, Samchen, whatever you like. I'm here to help. Okay, let's start. Yeah, come in. Tanto. All good?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the Samchen.
The Samchen? Okay. Do you need any help?
Just from the very beginning,
Okay.
we step forward.
Yes. So oh yeah, you learned the 3 steps forward and the 3 steps backwards. Right?
Maybe I'm confusing names.
No, 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 it's, okay, yeah.
What we do after Qigong.
Ah, Shuang. Shuang. Okay, yeah. Okay,
I'm confusing names.
yes.
Can I do that here or no?
Of course, you can do whatever you want. Yes, the salute to the sun, the very first move. Yeah. So we're standing here, stepping out with the right into a bow hour stance. Yes, the salute to the sun. So here it's a block. The left hand is following the right elbow, going across. Open the palm, yes. Rotate and drop the shoulders down. Yes. From here, you step back into a horse riding stance. Yeah. Into the cross. Close the right fist. Yes. They are in here. So we're coming here. Elbows are in. Shoulders are, yeah, from the middle to the upper back. It's a bit. Yes. Yeah. So we straighten the back, coming up. We are not really moving the arms, it's more a movement of the whole body. Remember, you want to do bigger circles. It's not that you turn your wrists only. Yeah. Here, yeah. Yes. Better. It's the leap. Yeah, you step out. It's a bow arrow stance. Yeah. From here, jumping into a bow arrow stance with the right in front, and it's the start of the block is the same. So you really want to come across, and then to the front. Yeah. You can imagine when you punch me in the face, kind of. Yeah. So I block, and I strike.
Where are you striking here?
I can strike here, I can strike there, but you're aiming for the throat. Yeah. It's how you can imagine it a little bit. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. Tanto. Oh, God. Yes.
Any line of correction. But I'm trying to figure out first a move that I'm missing.
Okay. Yeah. First thing, when you turn, when you do the sequence twice, you're not turning to this direction, you're turning 180 degrees and you're doing it here.
This one, when I'm done, when I'm on the second one.
No, when you go, so you did the beginning, then you're here, this one. After doing this, you turned 90 degrees, but you should turn 180. So the section, the first one is going here, the second time you go there, and when you turn then, it's back to the front, where you started.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the side that I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, and here you're not on the side. When you do this bit, it's to the front. You're not leaning to the side. Your hips are still facing to the front. So we're here. Yeah, and you stay in the front. Yeah. This one is too long. Okay, also for the first bit, when you go to the monkey squat. So we are, I will start here. Huh? Yeah, because you step back and then you step forward again, but you should stay in the same stance when you come up. So here. Here. And then I just come up, I stay. I'm not moving back, so my right foot is in front. I just stand up. I bring the tanto back and step. So you are stepping back, and then here you're stepping forward again. But your feet should just stay in the same position. Yeah. So you're kind of here, up again, and then we shuffle. Yeah. And then go back. So here you were doing like a step 180 to here. Yeah. Yeah. So here, around. Yes, you start like this. Around. Circle. You step out. Bow our stance with the right. Yes, it's a cat stance. Here. And then the turn. Yeah. So here we are blocking. And striking. Yeah. Here. Yeah, you can be more parallel to the ground. Yeah. More throat height, kind of. And 3. Yeah. Here, 180 turn. Yes. Yeah. And then back again. Is that what you learned until here? Yeah, but you block first. So when you come back from here, here, always when you do a turn, 180, you end up back in a cat stance. So you're defending the right and then coming back to cat stance. Try to think more of a collarbone strike here. So go here. Yeah, you can stay a bit higher. Yeah, you don't have to go all the way down. Yeah. You missed once. So all the time when you come to this cat stance, there is a turn afterwards. 3 times in the return. Yes. Yeah. And then, yeah. Here. Yeah. Yes. So here when you come up, monkey squat, you come up here. Yes. So you come up like here, and you simply come up and stuff. Yes. And here you bring your hands to the side, shuffle forwards, and strike. Yeah. Yeah, and then you start. Yeah, this way, yeah. You're losing your pants. It's easy to remember. So you start going to the front. And then the first bit you do to the left, you repeat the sequence to the right. And then you just come back to the front again and you go back and forth. So that's how you can remember. Okay, I'll let you practice a little bit. Okay. Here we go. All good? Yeah? Any questions? No? Okay,
Not at the
awesome.
moment. Not at the moment.
I'll let you practice. Any questions? Oh yeah, you're practicing the second one now. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Okay.
But I think I'm okay so far.
Awesome. Yes. Yeah. Twice. Yeah.
Like nodding it?
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to lose it. There we go. Some chin. Yes. The first salute. Yes, the first salute. The second salute. Yeah. We show that we have no weapons. Bring it back to the side. Yeah. And now double upper block. Yes. Turn.
So similar to the. Never mind. I'm not gonna do this.
Here, stepping forward with the right in a walking stance. Yes. Yeah. First, before you step again, so we're here. Close the fists. Yes, first close the fists. Shoulders are going back and down, and you rotate. So you really want to have your elbows in, fists out, and here, like one fist in between.
Oh,
Yeah.
so not on the body.
No. So it's where you end up when you do this movement. So we go back, down, rotating here. So now, I'm not forcing it to go anywhere. It's just the movement of this rotation. And I end up here. So you really try to bring them, it depends on your flexibility, but you really try to bring them as close as you can and them as far away from each other as you can. So you should really feel the stretch here in your arms. You do? Okay, so from here, it's breathing out, and then we step forward with the left, and you do it again. Yes, back and down, and twist, yes. Yeah, you step forward again. You're just learning, but be careful with your elbows. When you do this one, you are flicking your elbows to the outside. And yeah, so you really want to be like slow motion here. Otherwise, when you do it like that all the time, it will hurt your elbows with the time. And you want to learn your body how to do it. So keep that in mind. It will come with time, but so you know that you're not getting used to this flick to the outside. Because same with the Shaolin punch, that's not what we want. We want to protect the elbow. It should be down. Yeah. And really straight, but really straight. Yeah. It's just a movement when you bring it out that you're not going to the side. Yeah. That you really want to, exact. Yeah. Here.
And I think there was one more step.
You did 3.
I did 3?
Yeah. So you step back.
So I'm here.
You do the same again. Yeah. Here. You step back. Don't forget to close after. Yeah. So when you step to the front, you're opening and then you're stepping in. When you step back, and then you close the front foot. Yeah. It's a lot to remember.
So much to think about.
Take your time. It's a lot, but yeah, it's the same.
And then we get the same.
It's the same. Yeah. Yeah. 3 steps to the front. Same. 2 steps backwards. Same.
And then also this, yeah?
Yes.
And then can you explain the breathing of that again a little bit? Like
Yeah.
we're trying to.
Yeah.
It's a diaphragm.
It is a whole masterclass by itself.
Perfect.
So you will learn it in detail. That's why it's a little bit confusing maybe in the beginning, but you really want to breathe in, compress.
Are you like?
Yes, you're compressing the dantian, and you keep the air in. You keep it in.
And it's the release.
Yes, you bring the chi down again by breathing out. But for the whole movement, you're keeping the air in your chest. So you really want to be inflated. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. When you finish the movement, you're breathing out, and you kind of bring the energy down again. Yeah. But it's a whole masterclass by itself, so you will learn it. Also the face, I think it's next week. It's also a whole masterclass, so we'll explain it like in detail to understand it better.
Are you familiar with like Mula Bandha and like yoga, like the breathing? So is it similar to that? You're kind of like contracting.
No, it's not Mula Bandha. We are not working with the roots, dantian or chakra here. It's more really the breathing, and we are focusing on the dantian. Yeah. So same when we hear, we don't only compress the arms. We compress here. The energy is.
It's all kind of coming down to
Yes.
the lower dantian.
Yep. But there is a lot behind that. Okay?
Thanks very much, Lena. So now we're going to do our morning stretch session. 2 or 3 rows. That's great. Okay, yeah. We'll do a little bow and then lock fingers, stretch right up high. Stretch right up high. Remember that it'll take you a little while for your body to relax and for you to really extend out to full stretch. So always be patient. Bend your knees, tilt your hips, press your tailbone down towards the ground. Lengthen your spine, pull the spine open. Now straighten your legs and fold forwards. Take it slowly, gradually fold forward. And stand again. One foot in front of the other. Push your knee forwards over your toes. Reach up high, stretch up high, and bend. And straighten up. Twist your waist now. And stretch back. And now the other side. And relax. Kneeling. Push your hips forwards. And then reach high and bend back. And stand. Change sides. Hips forward, knee over toes. Raise your fingers, reach right up and bend. And to the side, reaching down towards your heel. And the other side. And relax. Now, knee down, hips forwards, push forward. And stretch up, push up high, and bend back. And relax. Press your knees down and lift your head up towards the sky. Now fold forwards, hinging from your hips. And relax. Knees apart. And completely relax. Keep your focus on relaxation and let gravity pull you down. Now push backwards, push your hips backwards. And relax. Sit with your feet spread apart. And raise your head up high. Lift up your head. Chest forwards. And lean forwards. Straighten up, then sideways. other way. Change sides. So leaning the body down towards the leg, chest down towards your leg, and the other side. Feet a little wider. Lean forward once more, last time. And relax. Very good. Bring your legs back now. And stand. Well done, guys. Okay. Stand straight and bow. Okay, we'll wrap it up now and have breakfast. Thanks a lot to everybody who's been with us watching. We're training at the Kung Fu retreat in Bai, in the very northwest of Thailand, and 9:15 a.m. here. We've been on the go since 6 a.m. and we're going to take a little break for breakfast.